How's it going, everyone? It's David here. And just when we thought 2020 couldn't get any worse, Kennywood Park has just announced that they will be retiring 4 rides: Kangaroo, Paratrooper, Bayern Kurve, and Volcano. This was announced on their social media posts, where they have said that they have made a close examination on the sustainability, capacity, and popularity of their attraction lineup. And unfortunately, that means the removal of 4 of these rides. These posts also highlight the park's latest attractions, such as Thomastown and the Steelers Country, putting a heavy focus on their intellectual properties. Kennywood has also said that this is for the greater good and that they are looking forward to adding new attractions in the park. This announcement is definitely a shock for everybody, and already people are not happy about it. While it is kind of common for an amusement park to remove 1 or even 2 of their rides, 4 in 1 year is pretty drastic, especially after the pandemic. Although I do think that is another reason why they are removing these rides. Kennywood's attendance was down during the 2020 season, and keeping these high maintenance older rides open, that means it's more operating costs and more pay for their team members. So from a business standpoint, I can see why they would be removing these. But from a guest standpoint and a PR standpoint, this does not look good for the park at all. While these 4 rides may have not been the most popular or the first ride that you think of when Kennywood is in discussion, they were undoubtedly unique and ultimately made Kennywood Kennywood. Let's take a look at these rides. Volcano is a Huss enterprise, and a lot of these are being removed at parks around the world. Volcano in particular seemed to be down more than it was up. Although, to be honest, it ran pretty consistently for the 2020 season. Volcano was a ride that was actually long rumored to be removed, and its closure is actually not much of a surprise. Just across from it is one of my all-time favorites, the Bayern Kurve. This ride too has a lot of maintenance problems. In fact, they have a designated time in the middle of the day where the maintenance team has to inspect the ride thoroughly before they reopen it to guests. This procedure was not common on a lot of their rides. The Bayern Kurve is also a rare ride that is pretty sporadic across the country. The only one that I can think of in the United States that is still operating is the one at California's Great America. The Paratrooper, while common in western Pennsylvania, is actually a ride model that is being faded out at a lot of parks. It did have its fair share of maintenance problems as well, but it seemed to be running pretty consistent and seemed to be the least problematic of the rides that are closing. Probably the biggest loss is the Kangaroo, which is the last operating flying coaster flat ride. In fact, in 2020, it barely operated. It was closed down halfway through the year. And while all rides do have their shelf life, what made Kennywood one of the most unique traditional amusement parks in the country was that they had a very committed maintenance team to help keep up these rides in tip-top shape. And recently, with Kennywood fading out old attractions and bringing in new ones, the park is transforming faster than we anticipated, whether you like it or not. And now, with these sudden closures, people don't have a last chance to say goodbye to these rides. In fact, most people didn't visit Kennywood in 2020 because of the pandemic. And since they are closing down and not returning in 2021, they don't have their last chance to say goodbye. And also with the pandemic, they are more likely than not going to get any new additions in 2021. So Kennywood is going to reopen in 2021 with either the same or higher ticket prices and 4 less attractions. For my honest opinion, I'm not a fan of this announcement at all. I don't think it's fair to their guests and their season pass holders, and it's turning Kennywood into any generic amusement park that you can find anywhere instead of making it a really special place. But these 4 rides, especially the Kangaroo in my opinion, were a big part that added to Kennywood's character, and now that's being stripped away. So, what I recommend to you is that the next time you go to Kennywood, maybe you should re-ride a ride you haven't done in a long time, or ride a ride for the very first time. Put some focus on rides that normally don't get a long line, or don't seem to be talked about that often. Take videos, take pictures, talk about it with your friends, and show the park that you really do care on what they have to offer. While I am somewhat optimistic for the future, I am more grieving in the present. So, what do you guys think about this announcement? Do you have any memories of the Kangaroo, Paratrooper, Bayern Kurve, or Volcano? What do you think these rides will be replaced with? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like it and subscribe for more content. And with that being said, thank you all for riding, and I'll see you next time.